Good morning, adventurers. So today I'm going to be hiking up this mountain up here behind me. I've got access across private property to get to these public lands, and so I'm going to avoid showing where that access is for respect of the landowner. But I'm going to be out hiking probably about 3, maybe 4 hours today. My goal here is to get up on this ridge and get up to a big tree line that looks out over my house on the river there, and hopefully explore a little bit further down the other side of that ridge and into another big tree line. My goal in this is get some exercise. Yeah, I got one of those going on. I need to get myself in shape if I'm going to be packing around up here and getting deer and antelope and packing them back down. So begins the training for hunting. I got about a month to get that together. I think I can do it. I'm going to start riding bike as well. But today I'm going to be hiking up here and looking for good hunting places. Not going to keep the camera on the whole time. Like I said, I'm going to be out for several hours. I'll show some key areas, when I get to the tree line that I'm looking at, and just take a look at what's going on with all of the ecosystem there, and if get to see any big game, certainly be getting that on film. So hang on, we'll show you some more here in a little bit. So I've made it to the top of the second lift. It's steep and I'm out of shape. I got to do this more often. Anyway, you see back here behind me, we got a little stand of trees. A lot of grasses, pines, a lot of down trees, and my dog wandering off yet again. This looks like a real nice spot from this little grove of trees and all the grasses. They got a little bit of a climb to get downhill, but there's running water right at the bottom of this climb. And there's also a little green spot over there. It's a lot of potential here. Come on, dog. And this one is just loving this. He's a maniac. Anyway, I'm gonna go on up this. This is not quite as steep as the 2 lifts I just came up, and get up into the top of this tree line. And then from there, I still got a ways to go to get to the next tree line. Now hang in there, I'll show you more. All right, so I got up here past the third incline, which was it was significantly less than those first 2. Caught my breath, had to sit down, check out something with my boots. But once I got up here above this little thicket, I realized that I got a game trail right here. Hopefully I'm looking at that. I don't know. Am I seeing? Can you see my finger? Tell me. Well, you can't tell me now. Anyway, I decided to follow this game trail because I was seeing some very fresh muley doe tracks. Not seeing them right here where I'm at. I got something right there, but that could have been my dog just running through. It's pretty loose right here. But I did see some good, solid, hard-packed doe track further down there. So I decided I'd just go ahead and follow this game trail and see what I can see. I can tell you right now, I've walked past enough elk sign coming to this point. I could fertilize a small garden, so I'm in the right spot. Now it's just being here when it's time and finding them. Haven't really seen any deer sign, but I did see a little patch of antelope sign. I know that those animals are here. I've seen them on the hill. But let's follow this trail for a little bit, and then we're going to work our way out there instead of heading straight up to that ridge and getting right over where I was originally thinking. I think I'd rather just go ahead and follow the animals, see where they're at, what they're doing. Hopefully you can see that. There's a doe standing right on the trail that I just came through. She's looking straight at me. a little ways away, so it might be, oh, there she goes. You'll be able to see her now for sure. Anyway, nice 3-4 buck and 2 does came right up from underneath that tree right there. Just spooked them out. I had no idea they were there. Apparently my dog had no idea they were there. I don't even know where he is. More to come. All right, explorers, so I'm here. I'm up on the ridge. Look down below, you see the river. The small house with a green roof, that's mine. Took me, from the time I parked the truck, about an hour to get to this point, and I came up around the backside. Like I said, I was following a game trail. Saw a lot of good sign. There's a lot of natural information there that I hopefully got locked away, and I'll remember the next time I come up. Anyway, where I'm at right now is from my house. I look up and I see these rocks up here, and then there's this little bit of a swale, this little draw right here, and then there's this little thicket of trees, and you see this pole fence that goes along. This is actually national forest boundary, so that side of that fence, that's national forest, public lands. So apparently I'm on private property at the moment, and if I'm not mistaken, I'm on the private property that I have access to. I think it's time for me to get my OnX or HuntOnX maps. God, I got to remember all these names of these things. Anyway, yeah, I got to get that so that I can make sure I know where I'm at and I'm in the right place. I'm not intruding on somebody's property or, you know, otherwise where I'm not supposed to be. Anyway, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go down this fence line, and from my house with my binoculars, I can see a pretty well-worn game trail that's kind of just over the crest of what we can see here that goes up into these trees. I want to go down there and find that and follow that up into the trees. So I'll be back. All right, so this dead tree right here is right at the head of the game trail that I've been looking at for a month now. I can see it come up out of that pasture, come up, and I can see it come clear up to this dead tree from over there with my binoculars. And I can see it come up into the trees here. So now I'm physically standing in this spot where I lose sight of the trail, and damn, there's trail all over this place. It's just, let's walk up here a little bit. This isn't cow trail. Matter of fact, since I crossed that wood fence line, I haven't seen a cow patty up here. But you can see trail that goes off that way, trail that goes up that way, trail that goes up through here. This, I just came down through this. There's game trail all over this. It's like a city park for them. I think I'm in the right place. Now it's just waiting for another month. All right, stay tuned. Okay, so I just followed a game trail out of this thicket here. Came up. As I came up into it, the trail that I've been looking at from down below, it was the game trail. The sign was real busy right there, and as I came up the hill, there clearly some game trail there, but not as much activity recently. So I come up out of the thicket, and I want to come up here and take a look back around this way. Now we've either got private property or we've got access rights for grazing, and I've got this little Jeep trail, ATV trail that Mowgli's showing you. Good boy. There's some fairly recent activity of mountain bike up here, and also vehicle, I don't know, vehicle maybe within a week. But hopefully you pick that up in the camera. Pretty nice buck track right there. They move right through here. There's a little bit of sign. This trail goes on up, and I assume that it's going to go right up to that rocky top up there, the summit of this little hill. Anyway, still looking around, still checking some area. All right, so starting to walk down this ATV trail, coming back down the backside of the mountain that I was just on, and I come across this. Now that is considerably bigger than any of the deer tracks that I've seen up here. Small elk, young doe. I don't know. I've not seen any elk moving around on the hillside, but that obviously doesn't mean they're not here. And right in front of that track, there's a little muley doe track. Quite a bit different. What do you think? Anyway, more to come. Alright, so I came down into another little thicket just to the east of where I was last at. And, pretty good trail activity, pretty good sign activity. I was spying this little spot right here for a natural blind for myself, so I don't have to cut down anything and shape anything. I got a pretty natural hole where I've got a reasonable 360-degree view. There's some fairly easy access to good shots. When I noticed this, maybe this isn't my spot. I'll keep an eye on that. I don't know. That sap's still really wet in there. What do you think? That is a big claw mark. Should have brought the 45. I'm in somebody's bedroom and unprepared. Gotta go.